Hey, what is going on, everyone? Hope all of you are doing well. First and foremost, thank you guys for checking out my review for Suburban Commando. It's much appreciated. Did not realize how well that review was going to do, but thank you. I'm going to try to do a little bit more of like old school reviews on, I wouldn't say old school reviews, but like old school movies, stuff from my childhood because a lot of people love those reviews, and it's great to kind of look back on a better time. And there's so many great classics from the 90s. I think the next one I'm probably going to do is Richie Rich with Macaulay Culkin. I don't think I have a review for that, so keep an eye out on that one. But today we're going to be doing another closer look. If you guys are not familiar with this series and you're new to the channel, basically, I show you guys a closer look at the Scream Factory titles I have on Blu-ray and 4K. Basically, I show you the packaging. I talk about all the features that are on the disc. To me, I feel like it's a great way to show off that release to potentially someone who wants to add it into their collection, but they're a little iffy on it. And just, that's one thing I love about movies that you don't necessarily see on YouTube when it comes to certain titles. You don't see a closer look at the packaging, the detail to it. So that's kind of why I decided to do that. And I decided to start with the Scream Factory, and then after that, I'll make my way on to another collection of some sort. But the idea is to eventually do it through with all the movies I have, DVD and Blu-ray, to kind of give you guys a closer look. Maybe there's a title somebody's been wanting to get, but they're not too sure about it. They don't know what the features are. They don't know what the packaging to some extent. So that's why I decided to do these videos, and plus they're just really cool. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Scream Factory Collector's Edition 4K release of Candyman. One of my favorite horror films, very underrated, and I saying it's underrated because I don't hear people talk about this one quite often. It is one of those horror icons that got a short franchise, actually a trilogy, and then a remake, and that's okay. Let's keep it like that. I feel like it works like that. Now, if they wanted to do a sequel to the remake, I am fine with that. I have yet to see the remake, but from what I saw, it looks really good. I've heard nothing but great things on it, and I'm a fan of Jordan Peele. His days on Mad TV during that Slater run. I don't necessarily care too much for the movies he's done. They haven't really been my interest. But as an actor, I do like him, and I know he worked a little bit on that remake. So, yeah. So the original, such an iconic classic. As of right now, I only have two of the Candyman films. I have this one, and then I have the Vestron video release, which is, I think, Day of the Dead or something like that. It's the third in the franchise. I still need to get the second, which I think is like Farewell to the Flesh, I believe. Before we get started, I do have my coffee, so I am going to take a sip of that. And I'll go ahead and put that on my mini fridge so I have it close to me. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I love the packaging. So with the 4K releases, something they are doing differently rather than the Blu-ray releases is that they are going with the original poster. Um, I think one of the bigger reasons is that they don't have to pay the artist that they paid to do the Blu-ray cover. I think it's, more of just a cost than anything. I'm sure a lot of people are a little upset with that, but to be honest, if you already have the artwork, I feel like just go ahead and use it. But then again, they probably have to pay the artist if they're going to use it again. But it's hard to say exactly. And then the slipcover is pretty much the same, or not the slipcover, but the artwork is pretty much the same. Not a whole lot going on there. Tons of features, which is pretty nice. And this is going to be, I believe, a 3-disc set. So we have the 4K disc, and then we have the Blu-ray disc. The 4K disc includes the theatrical and unrated cuts, and then the Blu-ray includes the unrated cut. And then our third disc, if I can get it out, is going to be our theatrical cut of the Blu-ray, as you guys can see here. So you pretty much get the same discs that you would get with the Scream Factory Blu-ray. The only difference is you're getting the 4K disc, the artwork, and case. So, not anything too special. And then no reversible artwork. They decided to not go with that, which is understandable. I still think it would have been pretty cool, but that's just my personal opinion. So, we got a lot of features, so I'm going to try to go through it. So we have a 4K master of the original negative, supervised and approved by the writer and director, as well as the director of photography. We get a 4K master of the original for the with HD inserts for the uncut footage from an archival film print, which is pretty cool. We get a new Dolby Atmos track. We get audio commentary with some of the actors, as well as Arthur film historians. Another audio commentary. A lot of these are going to be on both the Blu-ray and the 4K. We get Sweets to the Sweet, the Candyman mythos, featuring interviews. We get interviews with Clive Barker, Tony Todd, Virginia Madsen, and a few other people. We also get the writing on the wall, the production design of Candyman, Forbidden Flesh, the makeup effects of Candyman, a story to tell, Clive Barker's The Forbidden, urban legend unwrapping Candyman. The film was released in 1992 and has a run time of 99 minutes. I believe that is for. I guess that's just an average. It doesn't say how long the different cuts are. But yeah, you get a nice amount of features. Now, for those who may not be familiar with Clive Barker is an author. Kind of the same lineup as Stephen King. May not be as popular, but some of Clive Barker's creations have become horror films and horror icons. Pinhead is a great example. It was part of a short story, but what a lot of people don't realize is Candyman is also a Clive Barker creation. Both Candyman and Hellraiser, I think, were in the same book. It was a book of all these different short stories. Excuse me. So to see his creations come to screen is just absolutely amazing. Of course, there's also Nightbreed as well. But Tony Todd is fantastic as Candyman. He's well known in the horror community, has done tons of horror films, not just Candyman, but like the Final Destination films. And he's done other things. He's in The Crow. Just a very talented and underrated actor, has a very distinct, deep voice, and is fantastic. He does a lot of voiceover work as well. Tony Todd is the man. I'm going to say it. He is the man. Um, the story's great. The effects are great. It's a pretty gruesome film, considering a film that came out in the early 90s compared to other horror films that weren't as much. This definitely takes the cake, I feel. But yeah, it's such a great movie. Great story. I've always been a fan of like the urban legend type movies where, they turn a urban legend that's not true into an actual movie, and it's terrifying. Of course, we would get urban legends, and that would have two other films afterwards. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could say more about Candyman, but I'm sure by now everyone has seen the movie. It's such an iconic film, classic 90s, spawned two sequels and got a remake. So, yeah, if you're a fan of this movie, let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on the film. What are your thoughts on the sequels, the remake? I mean, just all in all, what are your thoughts on the Candyman mythology? Um, so yeah, wish I could say more. I do believe I have a review for it. If I don't, it'll probably be part of my Halloween horror. Um, but yeah, this year I'm gonna try to watch more than one movie. Now, a lot of movies I already have reviews for, but I may do a format review, like review the 4K itself. And if you guys heard a little beep, that is my Amazon dot going off. So I'm sure it'll be picked up in the audio. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below. And if you guys would like to take the time out, check out my eBay store, Mikey's Thrift. I sell men and women's clothing, collectibles, books, DVDs, Blu-rays. And as of right now, I got two deals going on. I have, free shipping on the purchase of $20 or more on movies, DVD and Blu-ray, as well as CDs. Or if you purchase a minimum of $30 or more, it's on all inventory. So you can get free shipping if you spend $30 or more. They should still be going on. If not, I'll have to change them. I try to usually start off as a week with the promotion and then go from there. But yeah, I'll put the link to that down in the description below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Film Talk with Mike, and until next time, guys, we'll talk films. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Peace.